honestly, I'm not sure who's going to be winning this one, but I'm interested in seeing the results of this match here. Like I said, it's a kind of a proving ground match here for SAP to be finding someone like Pillow, an officer of Spirit Collusion, and as a new member coming in into the clan here, you know, it's gonna have something to prove against one of the quote unquote top guys of Collusion.
Definitely. We see that Pillow's playing with Taros right now, and we're going into SAP playing the Barraza.
Yep.
So the Barraza, of course, with the newly buffed blasters from the patch, can be very helpful. And there's the recovery to take down, but so far not too much. They're not able to get off that axe string. So we have so we are right now about even despite that, and that recovery catches. There's now recovery, and that takes off the stock off the edge.
Amazing stuff coming in from SAP to start off, you know, this first game here. And now Weapon starving a little bit, opting to stay on the blasters, of course. And now we're going to be seeing Pillow, picking up this axe here and has to play the catch-up game. They have to rack up some damage and then look for the KO. Honestly, wait, actually, Taros hit one good signature on the SAP, then you're gone. And you're already down to the second stock and make this even here. But Pillow, is trying to find a footing once again on the stage. Goes for the two-piece combo, misses in air, though. But you're seeing the SAP is throwing out some moves, and you're realizing that Pillow, he's throwing out some signatures, misses the down sig though, but still looking for the KOing blow, is unable to find it so far. Now we're going to be having an accident here, but a big stare connects, and Pillow is going to be taking that first stock out of there and tying up the stock count.
Yeah, you see like SAP was basically trying to play around a lot with blasters, throwing up moves that would be very tough to punish, even on a punished weapon like Axe was. So right now SAP is having the blasters and starting to make up some of the damage deficit there. Pillow is on the hammer now after the KO, so getting some hits off, and now there's a good nair.
Oh, what an insig!
Still have, and as a insig catches, that's not going to make it back.
Yeah.
So that will take a quick stock.
Yeah, I think that instinct definitely shocked me, and it definitely shocked SAP there. And it was enough to get that stock out of there. Actually a quick stock coming in from Pillow. And now they're going to be looking to build this lead even more. Went for the Raffia, but Raffia didn't connect. And now, SAP here still over on the blasters. And once again, now they have to play the catch-up game. And they're probably looking for... Well, you hit the D-Light. You could have went for the recovery, perhaps. I didn't think they probably expected a D-Light to connect.
Yes, there might have connected there. That's too bad. But that Verivat's D-Light recovery is perfect.
Yeah, and we've been seeing kind of SAP, opting to stick on this blasters here. it's been working for them throughout this set so far, but we haven't been seeing much Axe gameplay. Probably because Pillow's over on that terrace. They do not want to perhaps have that Ditto. Honestly, as a person, as a player like me, I often struggle with some of these Dittos. So maybe that's what's going through SAP's head right now, but Pillow is just answering back huge onto the hammer, building up so much damage right now. But now we're seeing SAP picks up a fresh blasters, but a big downsig connects, and that's going to be the KO there, taking the game number one. Pillow is going to be, up 1-0 right now in this set.
Yeah, Taros worked out really well. Really able to get a lot of stuff like that. That cheesy nsig kind of worked out well, and then just building up a lot of the damage the way Taros can. But we're not going to have any matchup change. We're still going to be in Barraza and Taros.
Yeah.
But let's see if we have a map change.
I would say, the Barraza did work out somewhat. They were able to go toe-to-toe at some point with Pillow. But I think what really kind of led to their downfall was they didn't utilize the Axe as much. They didn't utilize, the KO potential on the Axe. You could hit some nice, good signatures to Sayer. They did not utilize that enough. And, like you see the damage stats here, folks. You see double-digit damage coming in from SAPT over on to the Axe, and I wonder, maybe the adjustment that has to be made is just SAPT gotta utilize this Axe a little bit more. Be open to embrace that Ditto and try to see if you can build up any damage. And now we're seeing them open off with this Axe Ditto here. So hopefully that's what's gonna be needed for them to put themselves up on the board in this best of 5.
So we have the Axe Ditto as we see right now there. So far, not really too much going on, but is able to get off the 3-piece, starting with Side Light. And there's a nice Side Light there, D-Light, and Side Light will not land safely on the platform. So we're on a platform map again, just like in the last game, SAP was saved briefly by landing on a platform on Western Air Temple, but now we're seeing here, SAP does make it back to stage. We'll see how they play around with these platforms here, so... SAP doing a lot of stuff. Like, blasters can really play quite well on platforms, but that Sayer will be a good punish, and that takes the first stock.
Yeah, but amazing stuff coming in from Sap to, open up, but Pillow, I mean, able to already take that first stock out of there. And now Sap has to play catch up game and taking out the stock here. And oh my god, Pillow going for that ground pound. Almost, it was lights out for Sap there for the moment being. NSYNC for NSYNC, but Pillow
and then the
is going to catch.
That does
Oh
make
my
it back.
god.
It touches ground pound. That will not be enough now.
Holy moly,
Now,
Pillow.
starting off at NSYNC again from Teros.
What
Some people call it cheese, but it's a very potent weapon. It can easily take early stocks.
Yeah, what a start coming in from Pillow. Pillow with this hammer is just looking like kind of an indestructible force in today's tournament. This hammer is looking clean and smoothing, but SAPT is able to go get that KO, get that stock out of there, and just like that, going to be, diminishing the lead just a little bit here, but still a huge hill to climb. You're going to have to take 2 stocks here, SAPT, so, buckle up because you're going to be on a ride. You're seeing Pillow now opting to go unarmed for a little bit, picks up now the hammer, and SAP is, not afraid too much. They're engaging. They're not even worried about them being on their last stock or anything. They're just still racking up the damage and trying to find these hits in there, and rightfully so.
Yeah, that NSYNC did not connect that time, and so SAP I think just really trying to play around, zoning out Teros, and now just like that suddenly is closing the gap because SAP hasn't been damaged too much of his stock, and already Pillow's in orange.
Yeah.
Not able recoveries, but the Pillow's not able to punish that. And we are
nice, good punish.
Nice punish at the D-Sig, and so now that's are we going to see a reverse 3 stock?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a hard one to do, Sap, but you're gonna utilize these, but you gotta use these blasters to your advantage, perhaps. Pillow picking up the hammer, lands the sear, throws the weapon out, and that should be it there.
Will
nice.
That do it? It will with the D-Light ground pound.
Amazing stuff, and just like that, Pillow once again gets another game under their belt here. And Jaguar, I mean, what do you think is gonna be? What do you think has to be the adjustment for SAP to put themselves up on the board here against someone like Pillow?
Well, I think just use blasters for zoning out the Teros. Just make sure to try to get the Teros is a really good punishing hit, and so. We're seeing the blasters going to be coming up on Cassidy, so I think that might be what we're going for. Have blasters. Hammer is a powerful tool. Cassidy, one of the best legends in the game at this point during this patch. So really, I think just relying on that to take advantage of Teros' weakness about trying to go for punishes and then getting zoned out by blasters.
I think it should be. Yeah, it should be as well.
SAP should be striking here. We'll get this all sorted out. Yeah, SAP's the one who's down 2-0.
Yep. Okay, so we get that sorted out there. So SAP is going to be the one striking first. And yeah, like we said, he's going to be switching over now to the Cassidy. So hopefully, the Cassidy is going to be the pick that is going to help him out here just a little bit. And like you said, you pointed out, Jaguar, Cassidy very strong in this patch. You got the hammer buff, you got the blasters buff, and we've been seeing, in the queues, whether it's 2s, whether it's 1s, a little bit of a rise in Cassidy, which is pretty great here. And we're seeing SAP utilizing this Cassidy to perhaps get themselves up on the board, but it's 2-0 right now for Pillow. And honestly, Pillow is giving them a hell of a welcoming into this clan.
Yeah, it's like for your first tournament to go up against someone like this, it can always be, especially if you're not like the Spirit Empire in a top tier clan. Yeah, it can be very much a humbling experience. But SAP really actually not a bad performance at all, even if the scoreboard says 2-0. We're seeing so far people in at decent catches take that stock. So Pillow once again on the front foot here.
Yeah, I had to look away. That was a nasty downsig coming in from Pillow, man. That downsig connecting took out SAP's stock there, but now he has to play the catch-up game once again, and it's been kind of that story for the most of this set where he has to play catch-up, but he's been keeping it rather neck and neck, though, so I can definitely expect a stock being Pillow stock maybe being fallen here, perhaps, but Pillow is just racking up this damage on Axe, and it just seems like SAP is just having a hard time kind of answering back and finding the right, just finding the right answer, to be honest.
Yeah, really punishing a lot of SAP's blaster, and Pillow's really finding out. Blasters is a difficult to punish weapon, but Pillow's really just finding a lot of these hits, and there's the sig to take out the stock. So, but SAP is already in red, and there's a quick recovery to won't be enough to KO, but Pillow has hammer now, and they both have hammer.
Yeah. And just like that, we're seeing SAP just trying to test with this hammer there now, but a big Seer Pillow lands it, and he's able to get that knockout out of there. And now once again we're seeing Pillow still with the lead, and Sap once again playing the catch-up game has to try to see if they can bring this one back in their favor here. And they've been kind of playing at this deficit, but they're gonna need a huge string. They're gonna need some sort of big play in order to bring this one back in their favor here. The ground pound doesn't connect.
Voids ground pound.
Two-piece combo here.
Yeah,
Sap.
there's the there. Yeah. Pillow's just playing solid punishing on both weapons, so it's
This is true.
we saw Sap was able to do like a lot of hard to punish blasters, but Pillow's just all over the punishes in this game. Right now, not able to get a punish off on that GC Sig. There's the end Sig, and now we'll go to the last stock, but Sap has catching up to do an orange already. That's about 100 damage to make up to just equalize the damage. So Cyber Vader get a quick gimp early on, but otherwise Sap needs this, or else it's going to be 7th place. Right now we have they're that GC End Light connects, weapon throw connects. Avoids that. Sap, though, in red without a weapon, lands safely to stage. Punishes the side Sig. Stomp won't work for Pillow. Sap gets back, and there's the Sarah punish, and so Pillow wins it 3-0.
Amazing plays coming in from Pillow. You just saw that Pillow kind of, I wouldn't call it dominating, but was just able to win it at the end. And it just seems like Pillow had the answer. Oh, our replay's correct. But it seems like Pillow just had Sap's numbers figured out, and it just didn't seem like Sap had the answer back. I mean, you saw that they went from the Barraza over to the Cassie, but still it didn't work out towards their favor. And I mean, now they were put in a position where even the Cassie didn't work out, and they just couldn't clutch it up at the end.